Fire explosion event that we had last night. We've got a number of people that are going to be speaking to you today. I just want to let you know that we have been contacted by local officials, state members of the state legislature, and also we've had a couple congressmen have also been in touch with us today. So with that, I'm going to turn it over to Shauna Funderburg. She is our city administrator. She's going to fill you in on some more details.
Mayor, do you want your book? All right, I'm Shauna Funderburg. I'm the city administrator for the city of Lexington. We want to thank all the agencies that responded last night and are still helping us with this, and probably will be for a while. Want to recognize the great efforts last night of our Lexington Fire and EMS department, our police department, the State Highway Patrol, the Lafayette County Sheriff's Department, the City of Wellington, the cities of Porter Dover Protection District, Higginsville Fire and EMS, Fort Osage, Odessa, Ray County Ambulance, as well as the City of Mayview. We are continuing to work with our other larger businesses and organizations in the city, making sure that the school district, the hospital, and other large companies are involved, and they will know the safe protocols, as well as our citizens. Once the gas is turned back on, the way to make sure everything is safe once that happens. We did put a notice out last night on Facebook that making sure residents know that they need to check any items in their homes that have pilot lights for when the gas does come back on. And we have requested that citizens reach out to Liberty Gas Company for any questions they may have, as they are the experts and the specialists on that. I will tell you the family involved has asked that none of their names be released, so please respect that and respect us in not being able to say that and respecting their wishes. They have not been able to notify all of next of kin yet. The only known injuries or issues that we know of are the 3 individuals that were in the home that was taken down completely. Investigators are still working the scene. We don't know the timeline for how long investigators will be working the scene. We have, I know, state investigators there. I'm not sure if there's any federal investigators here yet or if they will be involved. Multiple structures were involved. We don't know how many within the area, and we will be evaluating that for probably the coming days and maybe weeks, and working with those property owners. And we do have representatives here from our city fire, police departments, as well as United Fiber, as well as the subcontractor Sell and Reconstruction, and we've been told that someone from Liberty Gas is on the way. We will only be presenting facts that we know at this time. We will not answer questions that are speculative in nature. We only want to give out facts that we know at this time, and so yeah.
Hello, I'm Captain Daniel King with the Lexington Fire Department. As the city administrator said, I would like to thank our mutual aid partners that were on scene last night. That they are a valuable asset to us. We had Mayview Fire Protection District, Wellington Polling Fire, Higginsville Fire and EMS on scene for standby coverage, Ray County Ambulance, Porter Dover Fire, Odessa Fire, Fort Osage Fire, the Highway Patrol, Lexington PD, and the Lafayette County Sheriff's Office. Brief statement from the fire department. We were on scene supporting the gas company in a repair of a line when an explosion happened. The cause of the explosion is currently under investigation by the State Fire Marshal's office. That's all I know at this time.
My name is Josh Cohen, Police Chief for the City of Lexington. I want to thank Sheriff Aaron Dye and his officers for the support and help last night along with the Liberty Highway Patrol. Local fire crews did a fantastic job on containing what they could. Like they said, it's still an ongoing investigation. It will be for days to come. I'd like to turn it over right now to the fire investigator, let him give his report.
My name is Scott Stoneberger. I'm the Deputy Chief of the Investigation Unit for the Missouri Division of Fire Safety. We received a call to assist last night at 8:04 p.m. Our investigators responded and conducted initial investigations last night and returned to the scene this morning. It's still under investigation. We're still conducting a scene investigation as well as interviews at this time.
Good morning. I'm Darren Farnan with United Fiber. We'd like to start by, offering our thoughts and prayers, obviously, for everyone involved with this. And we're here to support the city. We're here to support the investigation and to continue to, as we've all said, we're very early in this investigation, but we're here to support anything we can to help with that process. I'd like to introduce Steve Sellenrink. Sellenrink has been our prime contractor for a number of years, and so I will turn it over to him for more of the details on site.
Hello, my name is Steve Sellenrink, CEO of Sellenrink Construction. I'd like to offer my condolences and prayers, our whole team would, to not only the family involved, all the other citizens that were involved in it, as well as the community of Lexington. We never want to see an incident like this happen, and we're working with the teams on the investigation. Our team is on site investigating with them and cooperating with all the local agencies. We'd also like to thank the local agencies for all the work they have done the last hours that this has been in place. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Jeff McChristian. I'm Director of Operations with Liberty Utilities. I just want to say that our deepest sympathy goes out to the family and friends of the child that lost their life in this incident. Liberty crews remain on scene, working closely with officials to respond to and investigate the incident. And safety and well-being of our customers and communities is the most important to us. So, thank you.
Okay, just at this time, we don't know at what point we'll have another news conference, but we will plan to do that as soon as we have more information for you all. And we will get that notification out to you all as soon as we can.
Questions for you, please? Thank you. Mr. King, first to you. Can you tell us the nature of the repair to this gas line that was happening at the time of this explosion?
It was just a standard repair.
You can talk to the microphone.
That's probably a better question for Liberty Gas.
What was the nature of the repair of this gas line at the time of the explosion?
So we were just called to investigate a outside leak call. When we arrived, we found that we had a damaged main. It's still under investigation. That's all I can speak to at this time. We should have some updates pretty soon, though.
But that damaged main is the cause of this explosion?
It's still under investigation. I just can't speak to that right now.
811 has been called. Has it been located, or?
It had been locating. We're still doing some investigation. 811 had been called. We are doing some. It had been located. Like I said, we're still investigating the cause, the actual cause.
I'm going to ask you, when the gas is turned back on, you all provide service to folks in town, maybe help you sure their pilot lights turn back on?
We do. We're working through that process right now. I can't really give you a time frame. Like I said, we'll update you, but yeah, once we get the repairs made, we'll restore gas. You'll see several Liberty Utility employees running around. You can ask them questions. They'll get that question to the right person. Right now we're shutting off all the meters so that when we restore gas, it stops at the meter. Then we'll send those crews back around and they'll come into your homes, they'll do a safety inspection, and they'll relight all your appliances.
What's the timetable on when gas is expected to return to the city?
We don't know yet. That's what we're working on right now.
Do you know how many meters you've had to shut off?
We haven't shut. We're working on shutting them off right now, but it's approximately 1,900 meters.
Mr. King, can you stick to the response from the fire department when this explosion happened? In the minutes, seconds, hours after this all took place last night?
We were on scene supporting the mitigation of the gas leak. We had a hose line deployed and crew standing by for an incident when and if it occurred.
So how fast did you get to the home where these three people were?
As fast as we could. I mean, we were already on scene, and we had called in crews, and we have to wait for our mutual aid partners. We're not a big city department where we have multiple peoples and stations ready to go, so we have to wait for people to come from home, but we did have several of our fire department members on scene at that time.
Were there any residents in the area aware of the gas leak at that time? I know there was like that 2-hour space in between.
I wasn't there initially, so I don't want to speculate this time.
I'd like the Liberty Gas representative to speak to what that notification process is.
That'd be great.
Which notification process?
So when the gas line was hit and then that 2-hour window, were residents in the area aware there was a gas leak in the area?
So still under investigation. We're reaching out to them now. We do know, that when we responded that there was a smell of gas in the air. So I can't really speak to what the customers yet.
Do you know what your guys' process is there a process in place for if a gas line is hit, kind of how y'all approach that situation?
So there is no one specific process. Every scenario creates its own obstacles. So we just show up, our crews show up, they're highly trained, and then they just have to, investigate what's going on, and they call for additional support.
To her question, if you have fire department personnel on the scene ready to respond if something happens, is there any sort of protocol with your company to maybe evacuate the area to avoid a situation that has happened?
There is. We take multiple reads, subsurface reads of gas. We weren't getting any indications of gas. If we got that, we would start the evacuation process.
Right after the gas line was hit, how fast did you guys turn off the gas? Or
so again, under investigation, I can't really give you the timelines right now. There's just a lot that goes into that.
And you said you don't know how many structures. Do you have a rough number of how many? We've talked to people where windows are out at homes near adjacent houses. Is there a rough estimate, if you will, of how many other structures were affected by this, outside of just saying other structures were affected?
We don't have an official count at this point. It could be as many as 20 or more. We don't know, and we don't want to speculate. So
I know you can't. Obviously, out of respect for the family, give us their names. But what can you tell us?
We've been asked by the family not to release any information regarding conditions or anything. So
you guys won't even confirm that there was a child deceased.
We've been asked by the family not to release anything, and we're going to respect that. So as soon as we have that information and that we have the blessing of the family to release the information, we will. But we have to honor that because they're still notifying next of kin. So.
Can you confirm one or two fatalities, because we're hearing multiple ones?
I cannot.
Well, I guess there's a little bit of a disconnect because the gentleman from the gas service just told us that he sends condolences to the family for their
I understand
for their
he
loss.
said that, but we spoke with the family this morning and they've asked us not to release any information at all. So if you guys could please respect that and respect the family, okay? You'll have the information as soon as we can release it to you.
What's your message to this community during this time? They don't have gas. You're not answering many of our questions. There's a lot of uncertainty. What's the message to the people that live in your city?
The message to the community is that we're doing everything we can to make sure that the gas is restored, hopefully as quickly as possible and safely with no other incident. The message is we had crews on scene and they worked all night to secure the area, and they provided excellent care to the people that were injured in the incident. Like I said, that was isolated. We're very lucky to say it was isolated. It is unfortunate that anyone was hurt, but it was isolated to that one home. So that's where we're at with that.
So you just said someone was hurt. How many people were hurt? You said it.
The people in the home. But like I said, we're not
How many
going...
people?
The people that live there.
Okay.
Like I
Let me
said...
ask you a question, sir. What does this investigation look like going forward? Can you step to the microphone?
If you'll remember in the beginning, we spoke that we're not going to answer speculative questions. We're only going to provide the facts that we know at the time.
Where does this investigation go now? What does this look like from the Liberty Utility perspective? Who's coming down here to address what happened last night and this gas line that's caused this explosions?
Can you step over here to the mic?
Yeah, I can't speak to that right now.
It's still very early, and everyone involved is still investigating. So we don't want to give incorrect information because we don't know. So as soon as we have that information for you, we'll give it to you.
I do want to mention that one of the neighbors that we spoke to did say that as the captain said, this is a small town, right? And you guys were doing everything you guys could. But do you feel like you're prepared for an event like this if it were to ever happen again? Or do you guys feel like you guys were underprepared for something like this?
I would say that any city of this size is always going to potentially need the help of other mutual aid partners, and that's exactly what happened. And that process and that protocol worked perfectly last night, so we're very happy about that. I would tell you any city would always be happy to have more fire and police, and we're always looking at ways to do that. And so we're looking at ways to bring the best services we can possible to our citizens.
Any shelter services that people maybe next door had to go to, or do you guys provide anything like that?
We don't have any confirmed that actually needed services. We did call in the Red Cross last night, and they were on scene talking with the residents and the neighbors and asking them if what services they need. We have not received a report yet back from the Red Cross of how many individuals use their services.
I don't want to be, get stuck on this point, but an officer has spoken to us and confirmed the situation regarding deaths and injuries. I just don't understand why you can't confirm that for us here. The police department here has already done so. We're just trying to get the second-hand confirmation from you. It's been confirmed by an officer here, so can you just tell us?
I will tell you they were not in an official capacity to be speaking to that, and so once we have official things, we will let you know. And once again, the family's wishes trump anything anyone would have said on scene last night. It's a chaotic situation. A lot of things can be said that aren't. Anyway, so.
Last question for me is, when is the last presser and where could we find that?
The last what? I'm sorry.
Or when is the next presser and where can we find that?
We will be. I'm not sure when the next press conference will be. We'll let you guys know that. We don't want to do that until we have more information. We don't want to waste you all's time coming out here. But once we know more information, we'll let you all know when that press conference is going to be. The city will be putting out later today an official press release regarding what we know at that time. So be on the lookout for that. And we'll also be posting updates as we can, things that we can legally release on Facebook.
How was the line damaged and what's being done to prevent it in the future?
The line was damaged. All I know is it was damaged during a fiber installation, and the gas line was hit, and that's what happened. So I can let those companies speak to the protocols that they follow.
Really quick, can I get one from you? Mm-hmm. At the beginning of the press conference, you said the only known injuries are 3 inside the home, and then at the end you kind of said you couldn't really talk about how many injuries there were. I think that's where our confusion is coming from.
Okay.
Like, we're not trying to speculate, we're just trying to get some blanket clarity on what happened.
And I'm sorry if I misspoke on that. What I mean is we can't give any details. The family has asked us not to. I can tell you it is isolated to one family as far as we know. We have not had any other reported injuries in any other area of the city or any other structures or to our staff or to the other entities that were on scene.
So are 3 injuries correct? What you said at the very beginning?
There were 3 involved in that home.
3 injuries inside the home that was taken down. Is
That's
what
all
the
we know.
quote was.
And,
that is accurate? Mm-hmm. Okay.
Question for the fire chief. You said you were on scene. Were you on the same block? Were you on front? Were your crews on Franklin? Were they on Main Street? Were they on the street over?
They were at the gas leak, so between 18th and 19th Street.
And how far is that from where this explosion happened?
Not far. It's like 3 houses down. So they were at the side of the gas leak, and then the house explosion was just a little ways over from there. So.
Okay. Thank you all.
Yeah.
All right, I do want to give you all another look over this drone footage that we got not too long ago in Lexington, Missouri. Again, if you're just now joining us, we just watched that press conference just wrap up in the city after this massive explosion yesterday on Wednesday. Our crews are out there. Our coverage will continue. I am Janae Hancock here at the live desk. I do want to recap what we know so far, what was just said during that press conference. So as you just heard there, that administrator did not confirm a fatality. However, we are hearing that from other officials as far as their sympathy, their condolences. We'll work to get an update on that. What we also know is that state investigators are involved in this investigation. It is currently underway right now. 3 individuals were injured inside this home. You're taking a look at right now here on your screen that drone footage. It was isolated. The explosion was isolated to one family, one home. Again, like I said, our coverage will continue here at KCTV5. We have crews on the way to the scene. Also, Morgan Rydell, KCTV5's Morgan Rydell, is on the scene right now, and we will also continue our coverage during our noon newscast. You can also head to our website, kctv5.com, where this story is posted currently on our homepage. For the latest updates, we'll be sure to bring you the new details as we receive them here in the KCTV5 newsroom throughout the day today.